Hey girls, I hope you had a good day today. I miss you, I love you. Today we're going to read from the 5-Minute Princess storybook, and we're going to read the second story because Cinderella's missing a page. So we're going to go to The Little Mermaid, and it's on page 17 down there. So if you want to get the book, you can follow along. May I have your attention, please? Sebastian called. The crab tapped his baton on the podium. King Triton's birthday was in a couple of days, and the court musicians were planning a special performance. Triton's daughter, Ariel, would sing while the orchestra played a brand new tune. Sebastian wanted the concert to be spectacular, but they still had a lot of work to do. The crab raised his baton, and the musicians began to play. Beautiful music filled the sea until clang! Who did that? Sebastian demanded. I did, a young mermaid named Coral replied quietly. The best way to play the cymbals is to hold on to them. Now, there are no more interruptions, Sebastian said grumpily. Let's continue. The rehearsal went from bad to worse. Coral dropped her cymbals a second time. Clang! Then she tripped and landed on top of a kettle drum. So these drums right here, those are the kettle drums. As Ariel watched Sebastian threw down his baton, rehearsal is over, the crab yelled, and stormed off. Ariel helped Coral up. Don't mind Sebastian. I'll never be able to get this song right, let alone perfect, Coral said sadly. Don't worry about it, Ariel said. The only thing I'm perfect at is making Sebastian mad. You should have seen his face the last time I went to the surface. You've been to the surface? Coral asked, amazed. You must be the bravest mermaid ever. It's just something I like to do, Ariel said. I'm always gathering treasures. Would you like to see my collection? I'd love to, Coral exclaimed. The two mermaids swam to Ariel's grotto. Make yourself at home, Ariel told Coral when they arrived. Flounder the fish was there. He waved a fin at them. The young mermaid swam around, examining jewelry and shiny trinkets. Where did you find all this? Coral asked, as she put on a strand of pearls. I found some of it in sunken ships, replied Ariel. You've been inside a sunken ship? Coral said with a gasp. Weren't you scared? Of course not. Were you, Flounder? Ariel teased. Nothing to it, the fish fibbed. So what are we waiting for? Let's go. Coral and Flounder trailed behind Ariel. Soon they arrived at a ship that had sunk to the ocean floor. Let's see what's in there, Ariel urged. Her friends followed her through a large porthole inside the ship. Ariel found an old steamer trunk. Look at this, she cried, holding up a purple parasol. And this, Coral exclaimed, picking up a fancy lampshade. I wonder what it's for. My friend Scuttle can tell us, Ariel said. Follow me. Where are we going? Coral asked Flounder. To the surface, he replied matter-of-factly. Look at this. All that treasure inside there. And they're looking at a lampshade and a parasol. Crazy. Different mermaids, huh? Soon the friends arrived at the surface. Scuttle the seagull examined their treasures. That is a twirlerifer, he said, looking at Coral's lampshade. It's what human ladies wear when they're going somewhere important. Before long, the friends had to leave. As they headed home, Coral asked Ariel if she could keep the twirl-a-riffle at the grotto. It might get broken at home, she exclaimed. Of course, Ariel agreed. The grotto is my secret place, and it could be yours too. A few days later, as Ariel swam towards the grotto, she heard someone singing. The voice was strong and clear, but sweet too. When Ariel arrived, she saw her new friend. Coral, I didn't know you had such a lovely voice. You should be singing in the concert, not playing the cymbals. The little blonde mermaid shrugged. I just like singing to myself, she explained. I've never actually performed. The next day at rehearsal, Sebastian made Ariel and the orchestra practice over and over, but something always seemed to go wrong. The big day is tomorrow, the crab said, fretting. This concert needs to be fit for a king. King Triton, to be exact. Let's try it again. So they did. The rehearsal went on, and by the end of the afternoon, everyone was so tired. See you tomorrow, Ariel said, but her voice was all raspy. On the day of the concert, Ariel could only whisper. She had lost her voice. She knew who could take her place. Me? Coral asked. But I can't. You must, Sebastian insisted. Otherwise, King Triton's birthday celebration will be ruined. I can't sing in front of a crowd of mer people, Coral said, pleading. Sure you can, said Flounder. Coral thought about how she had visited a sunken ship and gone to the surface. Things she had never thought she could do, and it was all because of Ariel. Her new friend was counting on her. All right, Coral said slowly. I'll do it. That night, when Coral peeked out from backstage, she nearly fainted. The entire kingdom was there, including her parents, her brothers and sisters. King Triton and Ariel sat in the royal box. When it was time, Coral took a deep breath and swam on stage. As the orchestra started playing, she sang softly, but as she went on, Coral's voice got louder. Before she knew it, the concert was over and the audience began to clap and cheer. Woo! Coral said, Sebastian, smiling, you can give away your cymbals from now on. You are going to be the court singer. After the show, Ariel went to congratulate her friend. She found Coral with her family. I didn't know she could sing like that, one of Coral's sisters explained. No one would have ever known if it wasn't for Ariel, replied Coral. She believed in me. Ariel still couldn't speak, but she gave Coral a big hug. It had been a wonderful evening. All right, and there she is, wearing the fancy lampshade. Well, girls, I hope you liked that story. It is time for bed. This video is a long one. I love you. I miss you. Hopefully you get to hear another story later. Mwah. Good night. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you.